Hello, and welcome back to Podcasting for Real Estate Pros, where agents learn to attract clients, build trust, and stand out with the power of podcasting. Let's dive in. I'm your host, Sue Willoughby, and today we're talking about one of the biggest podcast power moves, repurposing your episode content. Let's be real. You did not start a podcast to give yourself more work. You started it to build trust, get visible, and attract clients. So why not let each episode go just a little bit further? Okay, here's the deal. You don't need to constantly create more and more and more content. What you need to do is get juice out of the content that you already have. So, for example, one podcast episode can become multiple pieces of content. Yes, you heard me correctly. This is where your podcast becomes a content creation machine. Most agents will record a podcast, hit publish, and then that's it. But if you're serious about building authority and staying visible without burning out, repurposing is your secret weapon. This is how you show up in more places without creating from scratch every single time. One episode, multiple touch points. So let's break it down. Here's how the repurposing power play works. First of all, you've got social media posts. So you can take a killer quote or an idea and turn it into an Instagram caption. Use a story or a client example as a reel or a carousel post. You can also pull out one-liners and turn them into graphics. Ask your audience a question or create a poll. That's another way to create content. Second, email newsletters. You can write a short note about why you made the episode. You can pull a quote in from the episode or have it be a takeaway. You can also link the full episode in your newsletter, or if you're so inclined, you can embed the player and then have your episode show up right in your newsletter. You've already done the work. Now let's turn it into a weekly touch point. Number 3, blog posts. These are easily recreated through your transcripts. You can use tools like Descript or Video to Blog or even Otter AI to transcribe your episode, and then just clean it up, add headers, bullet points. Don't forget to drop in a CTA, and then post it on your website as a blog or on LinkedIn, even as a featured post. Number 4, you can use your content to create freebies and lead magnets. If your episode is packed with tips and tricks, you can turn it into a checklist, a guide, or a downloadable. You can package a short framework into a readiness scorecard, and then you can use these to grow your email list. Hey, get my free checklist when you sign up for my newsletter. Number 5, podcast preview clips. These things are like gold. So if you're recording in Riverside or Descript, you've got audio and video. You can use a tool like Opus to pull out viral clips from your episode, or both Descript and Riverside will create little video clips for you. It's super easy to just download them and then upload them into your social media. Don't forget, in your show notes, you're going to include links to any resources that you may have mentioned in your podcast, and you're going to have a description of the show in there so people know what it's about. And then also include the timestamps in there, because that makes it really easy for people to just click and jump to the section of the episode that they really want to hear. Don't forget about LinkedIn, like I mentioned previously. You can feature your podcast episode in your LinkedIn profile as a featured post and have it there so that when people land on your LinkedIn profile, it's right there front and center. Here's a few common repurposing mistakes that people make. Please don't only post once and call it done, or copy and paste the same blurb on every platform. Mix it up a little bit. Use ChatGPT to create a multitude of different types of output for different platforms. Also, don't promote it where your clients aren't hanging out. So if your clients aren't on TikTok, don't put your episodes up on TikTok, because that's not going to be helpful at all. Remember, you don't need to be on all the platforms and all the apps. Just pick the ones that feel right for you and the ones where your clients are going to be. So just to wrap things up here, your podcast isn't just a show, it's a strategy, and you can leverage it to your advantage. When you start repurposing content intentionally, you stay visible, you build trust, and you make your content work for you on repeat. So, before you plan your next episode, ask yourself, how can I stretch this one a little bit further? Coming up next, we're going to be talking about the Holy Grail, turning your listeners into new clients. You've already built the trust. Now let's talk conversion, without, of course, sounding salesy, cringy, or weird. Until then, don't create more. Just leverage what you already have. You're sitting on a big pile of gold, kind of like Scrooge McDuck. I'll see you next week. I know you've been listening and following along. Thank you so much. But now it's time to take action. Inside my course, Podcasting for Real Estate Pros, I will walk you step by step from idea to launch. And as a loyal podcast listener, use the code LAUNCH for an exclusive discount and some bonuses at checkout. The course link is in the show notes below, so click it and let's get started.